Day 73 of the Daily Stoic. One day, it will all make sense. Quote, whenever you find yourself blaming Providence, turn it around in your mind, and you will see that what has happened is in keeping with reason. Epictetus, Discourses 3.17.1. Part of the reason we fight against the things that happen is that we're so focused on our plan that we forget that there might be a bigger plan we don't know about. Is it not the case that plenty of times something we thought was a disaster turned out to be, with the passage of time, a lucky break? We also forget that we're not the only people who matter and that our loss might be someone else's gain. The sense of being wronged is a simple awareness problem. We need to remember that all things are guided by reason, but that it is a vast and universal reason that we cannot always see. That the surprise hurricane was a result of a butterfly flapping its wings a hemisphere away, or that the misfortune we have experienced is simply the prelude to a pleasant and enviable future. What is rising up in my gut as I read this was simply the phrase, "It is what it is." And I actually tweeted this many moons ago, something to the effect of, those who say it is what it is generally are the people who have figured out life. Something to this effect. And the point and the thrust of that particular tweet really was this idea that when, and I have models and I have men and women in mind of this, by the way, but when individuals say it is what it is, it's like, you get it, bro. You understand life. You can't control this. You couldn't control it before, you couldn't control it when it was happening, and you certainly couldn't control the outcome. And you look at me, and you shrug your shoulders, and you say, it is what it is. I think there's some humility in that. I think there's a humanness in that, in realizing that in this frail flesh meat body that we have, frankly, we can't control a whole lot of anything. If anything, the only thing that we can truly control is how we respond. I guess one day, it'll all make sense. Won't it? I mean, we have all had those experiences, have we not? That's some thunder, baby. Perfect timing. I'm not even going to edit that out. We have all been there. We've all had those experiences where we have had some terrible experience and then it turned out to be something grand. And it actually, if we're truly honest, we might actually say that every single thing has worked for the good. Kind of reminds me of a famous passage in the book of Romans 8:28. Says something like this, that the Lord works for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purposes. Maybe that's what the Stoics were talking about here. Is that, but in the vast and universal reason that we cannot always see, I guess people of faith would say this is just the divine matrix. This is just the will of God. Something greater outside myself is happening. And even though I cannot see, even though I do not know what the outcome and the future outcause will be, trusting that the Lord has got my back and it'll all work out. I guess one day it'll all make sense. See you in Discord, MetaFam.